up, dude?
What's up, man?
Not much. Hey, welcome back, everybody. We are actually live tonight. We are here. We're recording for the first time in about a month and a half, maybe a little longer, because I know we did one in June. I just don't remember when in June. So, but here we are. We are back, Ethan.
I was gonna say it feels like it's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while, but life happens, which we'll get to here in a minute. So anyway, as hopefully some of you should know, most of you should know, I'm Aaron,
I'm Ethan.
and we're father-son combo, co-hosts of First Pitch Strike. Obviously, that's where you found us. So thank you, Captain Obvious is probably your go-to line there, Ethan. Maybe, I don't know. So I just noticed.
I'll let the people do the judging.
That's fair. I respect that. I just noticed this. I didn't notice this last night when I was getting everything set up. X doesn't let us broadcast live anymore. We have to have a premium account.
You have to have a blue check mark.
Yep.
Figures.
Yep.
Well, hey, maybe something will happen.
Well, and if we do, we can get monetized. I don't know how that works. I know if I did it personally for X, I would get monetized for putting stuff out and typing stupid random things. So I'll look into it, see what happens, see if it makes sense for us. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. Don't know. But I also did notice last night. Huh?
I said I wouldn't pay for nothing.
No, well, you got to pay for the premium. That's the thing. So I've actually thought about it for my personal account because if you're doing it right, which I probably wouldn't be doing it right, you can actually pay for the subscription. It's like $8 a month. So it's not bad. And some people make that and then some with their subscription. So, there's that too. But I did notice I had to change passwords.
What if we did this just kind of hit me. What if it's kind of like a Jason and Travis deal where I think they post like little funny clips on TikTok and everything too. How would we do that?
I don't do TikTok, so that's a great question. That's a really great question. I would put you in charge of that.
You think I know how to do that?
Well, you've been on TikTok previously.
Yeah, but I don't take, say, video game clips and then post them on my TikTok. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I got nothing.
So if I were to take like clips from this when stuff gets funny, I wouldn't know how to do that.
I'm sure. Well, you've done media. It's kind of like media. You just kind of clip everything, create a quick movie, edit stuff out.
I'd have to have a bunch of stuff for that, and I don't have.
Yeah, you would. No, you don't. No, you don't. Or you could tell me. I could see if I could figure out how to use what is it, iMovie or whatever it is.
Oh, that's the easy part. It's the other stuff that you need.
Yeah, I don't know what that would be. I got nope. iMovie I could probably figure out because iMovie is pretty dummy proof, isn't it?
For the most part.
Yeah, because dummy proof is what I need.
Exporting videos sometimes is kind of tricky, but
yeah, and that's basically what you'd have to do is find a way to export it
and import it.
Well, importing to TikTok would probably be pretty easy, but I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know.
There you go. Maybe you need to take a class on that.
Yeah, I don't
know. Nothing. So, well, we're just going to get right into it now that we've goofed off for a little bit. Legion Baseball. World Series starts tomorrow.
Yep.
How was Billings outside of the obvious fact you're not in Shelby?
Could have been better.
That's fair.
For that. Just didn't. They were tired. I mean, that's what you get after a 69 and 19 season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if you can do math very well, but that's more than half of a Major League Baseball schedule.
Yep.
And these kids are in high school.
Yeah, there's one team in California that made it. They played like 30 games. That's
Yeah, it's what I'm saying.
If they're lucky. If they're lucky.
The Eugene team was 45-8. They played 52 games. 53, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Legion baseball across the country is different. Like Iowa, they do their Legion season, or they do their high school baseball in the fall. And then, no, it's backwards. They do their baseball season for high school in the spring, but they do their Legion baseball in the fall. It's really jacked up. And Bob tried to explain it to me one time, and I'm like, I don't know, but okay, cool.
Weird.
So, I mean, that's fine.
With Bob being the tournament director, I thought things were going to go more our way.
Yeah, because he has influence. he thought things were going to go more your way too.
Yeah, but I was going to say something now I forgot.
They were tired. Long season.
Lost.
Trying to help. Sorry. Yeah, the Utah State champ, I don't even remember what their record was, but they barely played 50 games, if that.
It even takes a toll on the coaches because we got to go everywhere with them,
Oh, absolutely.
Kind of like a babysitter or their parent at that point, since they're not home.
Yeah. Well, and you are the coach, so you got to prepare for the game. You probably have meetings after a game.
Yeah.
To figure out, okay, we're playing tomorrow. How should we get tomorrow's lineup put together? Who goes for us on bump? Who needs a day off? Who's hurting? All those things are factors. You got to figure that out.
With Ty leaving, it just kind of piled on all three of us.
Oh yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Because he did like 85% of everything.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he did a ton, which isn't wrong because that's what he was being paid to do.
Yeah, no.
But rightfully so, he had to leave in the middle of the season. So downside is he probably didn't do much training or much mentoring when it came to some of the other parts of baseball, did he?
Yeah, he said he was getting really bored with prepping baseball fields.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Welcome to community college coaching.
Yeah.
That is the life. You are not at Alabama. You are not in Vanderbilt. You are in Garden City, Kansas.
Yeah, you're not at Georgia.
No. Heck, you're not even at UNLV.
Literally. Texas Tech was sick, though. I'll tell you that.
I'm sure it was.
That was cool.
Well, you
Legion baseball.
Yeah. Well, you were playing at 3 different fields, though, right?
Yeah.
Because I know you played at Tech. You played at a high school.
We played at 3 different high schools.
3 different high
2
schools?
different high schools and a college.
Okay.
A different, community college.
Okay. Yeah.
But I will tell you, the high school facilities were just as nice as the community college was.
Well, it's Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas.
Every single one of those facilities is amazing. And
yes,
7.5 times better than what we have.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, they have a much larger small town in Texas than we have a big town here in Wyoming.
Yeah, I thought Lubbock was one of their smaller towns, but I was way wrong.
It's a mid-sized town. It's a mid-sized city there in Texas. But I don't even know what the population of Lubbock is,
I
but
don't know.
I can assure you it beats probably Casper and Cheyenne combined
Oh yeah,
easily. It's probably half of the city, half
but
the town of
it was
the
really
state.
nice. It was
I'm
really
sure
nice.
it was. Well, the snap you sent me looked pretty nice.
Oh yeah.
So as you look, um, Billings think they'll get a win.
They got everybody. So
So they're healthy. That helps.
I mean, who
They're
knows?
they're on the opposite side of Texas. I do know that much.
I didn't think we were going to beat Troy, Alabama last year, and look what happened.
Yeah, yeah. I think they are in the same. No, they're opposite of Texas and Troy. Texas and Alabama are on the other side of the bracket as Billings.
Lucky them. Why do they get the easy draw?
I do remember that because I saw the pool for what Texas has, and I'll tell you what, man, if they have the means to throw their stud that they threw in the first game in the championship game, my money's on Texas.
They're
'Cause
probably going to do the same thing they did.
that
Mike Haynes
cat is
is not right.
good. Yeah, yeah, that cat is good. I mean, you got to be pretty good to do 6 2/3 perfect, but man, you throw 25 strikeouts in 12 innings. You're dealing.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You're dealing. So I like Texas's chance. Do you think Texas will do the same thing they did to you guys last year,
They probably could.
depending upon who they play?
Yeah.
That's fair.
I
And good
mean,
old North Dakota.
it'd
Did
be
you see
cool to
North?
see.
You see North Dakota made it?
Yeah, I did. Because I
That's
follow
funny.
the American Legion on Facebook, and they post everything.
Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. They post everything on X as well,
Yeah.
which is good for them. They're at least marketing their World Series.
Yeah.
They don't do much outside of the World Series, but by George, they do for the World Series.
And they do a good job of it.
Yes, they do.
They're
Yes,
really
they
good
do.
job of it.
Some of the team pictures I've seen where they grab 3 or 4 of the top players. Some of those pictures have been pretty funny to see because
Yeah.
you get these kids trying to look tough and they're just kids.
Yeah, I
They,
think last year C-Mac did it, Feezer did it. I
I
don't
don't
know.
remember who their third one was. Was it
Uh,
Romero last year?
Mason and Julian.
Okay, that makes it. You're seniors.
Yeah.
Yeah, which you should do. Absolutely should do.
Well, Mason was a junior.
Oh, was he? Okay,
He just graduated this year.
that's right. Why did I think he had graduated last year and came back for his
Because he played,
super senior?
dude. He was one of the first kids I coached.
Was he really?
It
There you
was
go.
him, Mason, Swain, Corey, and Caden Westby.
Okay, I remember Corey was there.
Yeah. Well,
Right
Corey
on.
was with us when he was 8 years old. So
Yeah, he's been around the program for quite a while.
yeah.
Can he super senior next year?
He's too old.
He's done then. It's a rough way to go out.
I think Tommy can and Swain.
Okay. That's Swain's going. Wait, who's going to Texas again?
That's Pearson.
Pearson. Okay, but he's a junior, right?
Will be.
Will be a junior or will be a senior?
Pretty sure he'll be a junior this year. Like he's going into his junior year.
Wow.
So he'll have junior summer and then senior summer.
If he can stay healthy, he's gonna be scary. He's gonna be
Or
weird.
I could be wrong, and he could be a senior this year.
Yeah, I feel like he was a senior since he committed because he can't talk to coaches before their junior year. Technically.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh well. So we're gonna go to our next subject here because I'm running out of things about Legion baseball. Other than, man, I had fun in California. Always do. I keep
Yeah.
telling people, had I known that you can get paid to watch baseball for a living, whole different career path, and I probably would have paid more attention in school.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm just putting that out there. So basically, Ethan, back in the beginning of June, I kind of shut us down, kind of put out on X that hey, um, due to circumstances, we're going to take a hiatus. Part of that hiatus was because of what I was going through. Part of it was because you were coaching. So, Ethan, outside of coaching, your schedule, that was a huge reason why we needed to put it on hiatus. But in June, what were you doing for that month of June besides coaching? Because you were out for like the entire month, weren't you?
I was working and literally just out of town.
June's a rough month for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah. Because we go to, it's
What?
weird. It's like Rapid City
Yeah.
for a tournament, and then you come home, play like a game or two,
If you're lucky.
and then I want to say it was like North Platte or something like that.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. I couldn't remember the name of the town you went to.
And then we
So
went
North Platte.
and then we went back to Rapid City.
That was the second weekend in, no, that was the first full weekend in June, wasn't it?
Yeah. I had to start a little earlier.
So yeah.
North Platte, Rapid City,
Yeah.
and then the Nooch.
Or did you do Omaha then the Nooch? Because Omaha, Nooch is Father's Day. So yes, this year was jacked up. So you went Omaha first for the College World Series.
Yeah. Omaha, then the Nooch. And
then
I don't
you
know.
were home. You were home for a weekend, but it was a tournament weekend.
Yeah. Didn't have time. Don't have time
No.
ever because I have to do everything. I'm just kidding. Not everything, but it felt like it this year.
It did feel like it. So yeah, you did go end of May. You went Rapid, then you went North Platte first week. Yeah, then Rapid that weekend after Memorial Day. Then Omaha. You went I-80 heavy.
Oh, it was
2 out of 3 weekends. And with all due respect to my Nebraska friends, I hate I-80.
Yeah, it was not fun.
No.
And not only that, but sometimes you have bus drivers and they think that they know the country like the back of their hand, and they don't know GPS, and so you have to babysit the bus driver as well as the other 18 kids on the bus. So no.
You didn't tell me about that. That's funny. Oh, that's brutal.
Dude has an iPhone and doesn't use GPS.
He definitely old school.
I mean, his name is Dewey.
You could go a million ways with that nickname or with that name.
Oh, trust me, I know. Sometimes swerving in and out of traffic, I said, Dewey's going to get a Dewey. Dewey's going to get a Dewey.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you didn't tell me about that.
Call him Dewey. Oh, and then the Texas, you'd want to know the way he took?
Oh, mercy.
Not I-25.
Did he do 385 in eastern Colorado?
Yep.
The two-lane highway?
All two-lane, all the way. So we went over to Carpenter or whatever that exit is.
And then into Colorado?
Yeah. Like you were going to Fort Morgan, the back way.
What? Why?
It was a straight shot and less traffic. Denver has scary traffic.
It actually, he's not wrong in as much as
It took us an hour and a half longer.
Because he went slower, didn't he?
Yes.
God bless people.
I drove for 6 straight hours behind him. I will tell you, that was the longest 6 hours of my life. I have never listened to my entire playlist on my phone because it's like 18 hours. I listened to almost the whole thing.
On that drive. See, if you're gonna do that,
I only skipped like 5 songs, maybe.
You don't go through Carpenter, because that is actually the longer way. Well,
Whatever
it can
exit
be the longer way.
whatever exit that you would take to go, like you were going to Fort Morgan, we took that road. I don't remember which one.
That's Carpenter. That's the Carpenter exit, which doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense.
I just don't know why we didn't take the quickest route possible. Oh, hey, you're going to Texas? Yeah, get on I-25. Shoot it.
Well, if you go straight south from 25, you're going to end up in New Mexico. And then you'd have to go over. Then you'd have to go over on 40, but you wouldn't go 40 because you're going to be significantly further south than Lubbock. Let's do this.
I looked, and there was an hour and a half shorter route that he decided not to take. Because, this way's way.
Taking 25 south and getting off at 225 is shorter.
I know it is. I looked at it. I used my GPS the entire way behind him.
Oh, well.
Because if he took a wrong turn, I was not. I was going.
No, yeah, smart. Very smart.
Even in the passenger seat, had his GPS up because he didn't trust him either. Every time we rode in that bus or van or behind him with the bus or van, we always had our GPS on because we didn't know if he was going to make it to the right spot.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Ouch. Wow. So, well, then June. So that's June.
Yeah.
July came, the first weekend in July. So you had last weekend in June, first weekend in July. You guys were home for tournaments, though. So not much time there. Plus, I think you had, on the 3rd of July, you had a home game and a kids camp and all sorts of stuff going on. Then right after that, you turned and went to Lubbock, right?
For
your tournament down in Lubbock.
Yeah.
So come home, play a game. You had one whole weekend off in 2 months, right?
I don't even think that, dude.
Because when you got back from Lubbock, you had that was sprint.
Just that one.
Yeah, that was CFD.
Yeah,
but it was just that one.
Yeah, and that was right before state.
Yep.
And that was in Casper. So after we get back from Lubbock, we have to go to Casper, and then after Casper is Billings, and it was just.
It's a long 2 months. So that's part of the reason why I hit pause and said, "Hey, we got to go." But the bigger reason,
a week longer too.
It could have been a week. Well, 2 weeks actually.
Yeah, thankfully it's not. I could not have done that another week, dude.
You would have, though.
I would have for sure, but I physically.
It's a free trip to North Carolina.
Yeah, but then we would have gone 2 in Q.
Yeah.
3 in Q, maybe.
Yeah.
Guaranteed 3.
Guaranteed 3. Who knows? You would have been on the opposite side of Texas and Troy.
Nah, they would have found a way to put us on the same side.
Oh, boy. So for me, and I know you know this, but I'm letting everybody else know this just in case. For those that are listening when we get this published. For me, I was actually on a podcast as a guest for the White Sox. Crystal, who used to be a part of the network we used to be a part of, she had me on to discuss all things Mariners, White Sox, and the things going on with the White Sox as they headed into Seattle for their series back at the beginning of June. Or no, yeah, beginning of June. And I was on that podcast right after we finished recording that. I could barely get up the stairs. It hurt. And I'm like, what is going on? Woke up, went to work the next day. That was on a Thursday. Went to work on Friday. And my doctor looked at me and goes, dude, you look awful. What's going on? I'm like, I have no idea. I can't move. I can barely walk. So long story short, had some health complications. I couldn't walk. I couldn't move. And what I could do was basically shuffle. It wasn't a penguin waddle. It wasn't anything. It was just a shuffle. And through a series of testing that the ER here in Cheyenne and in Loveland did, discovered that my white blood cell count was high, my SED rate, which has stuff to do with your red blood cell count, that was high. Everything was high initially. Over the course of Friday, Saturday, 5 days, I had about 15 vials of blood taken from me, just testing to make sure things were getting back to normal, trying to figure out what was wrong, all that fun stuff.
He's lying to you. He was doing drugs.
It looked like I was doing drugs. It legit looked like I was doing drugs with all the bruises I had on my arm. It's like, jeepers. And one of those bruises did not go away for a solid month.
Nice.
It's like, what in the world? So subsequently, through the month of June and even into July, I wound up getting tested and having blood drawn about every 2 weeks, which, for better or worse, it sucks because, just when you think you don't have any more blood to donate, here I am donating more blood. But it wound up being okay. Everything is now back to normal. All my blood counts are normal. The one that was of concern, that SED rate, nothing. Because usually when the SED rate is high, there's some sort of immunodeficiency going on. Nope, none of that going on. So my PCP looked at me and said, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why anything happened. So I can walk, I can get dressed, which is, I guess, kind of important. So I've heard.
Not really.
Well, it's less offensive if I'm dressed, just saying. But everything's normal now. So, yay. Wish I knew what happened. Don't know what happened. Wish I knew why it happened. Got nothing there. The only thing that we determined was if it happens again, my PCP will try and get me into a neurologist. That way we can figure out what's going on sooner, faster, and hopefully be able to get in pretty fast because, Cheyenne, you can't get into a doctor anytime soon most of the time.
No, I have to wait a week to get mine.
Yeah, especially getting in to see a specialist. So, but we're back. So, yay, I am relieved. The last couple of weeks I've been thinking about how we're going to get back, but you and I discussed it the other day when you came over, and well, this is how we're getting back. So, Ethan, welcome back.
Big moves, easy moves.
Yeah.
Not really big moves, but
close enough. So, so there we are. There's our update. So hopefully until next year, come baseball season, I'm sure I'll figure something out between now and then. You'll probably figure something out between now and then to where we don't have to put anything on hiatus, where I don't have health problems, where even if you're on the road, now that we can stream, that might be a little easier. Just depends upon your schedule at baseball and all that fun stuff. Or maybe we just fill it with some guest hosts, co-hosts. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Well, now that I have a computer too, I can just start taking. But the hotel Wi-Fi always sucks. It's always terrible. Go.
So my older computer that I have to use for scorekeeping, it wouldn't even connect to the internet. It wouldn't do it. Just said, nope, screw you. I'm like, alrighty then. That just sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was not fun. So so we're just going to skip ahead. We're not going to talk much MLB yet, but Ethan, I'll give you the honors of discussing your Angel Hernandez "Don't Be Stupid" award.
It's not really like just one specific person. Okay. It's a specific bullpen that had a problem that day. And the day I'm talking about is Sunday, like this last Sunday.
Okay.
This hasn't happened in I think the last time they said it happened was in like 2010.
Okay.
Maybe earlier than that. I don't know. But Rockies are down 8-2 to the Braves going into the 8th inning. Not a surprise, right? Not a surprise at all. You think
Yeah.
it's the Braves, man. They're pretty good. They got Jorge Soler. He has 2 home runs on the day. Austin Riley has a home run. Who else had a home run? Travis d'Arnaud had a home run. They were going off. They had 8 runs. I knew it was going to happen. I looked at Lisa, mom's friend, before the game. I said, this could go one of 2 ways. Way 1, the Rockies keep it close, maybe lose 5-4, 5-3.
Okay.
Who knows? They'll keep it close, or it could be really bad, and they'll lose by like 6 or more.
Okay.
I said that before the game. It's 8-2 in the 8th. I'm not even thinking anything of it. I'm calling my shot right there. I'm calling it before the game even starts. I'm sitting there pretty happy. You know, Rockies get a couple base knocks, not thinking anything of it. 2 runs score, okay, 8-4. It's the Rockies. They still aren't that good. It's the Braves bullpen. They got to be able to get out of it, right? You would think.
Right. In theory.
Wrong. It kept going. It was like an avalanche going down the hill. It was kind of like a prison break. Everybody escaping. It was like that. Come later on in the inning, Rockies get hits and hits and hits and hits and hits and hits. 6-7 runs later, they put up 7 in the bottom of the 8th against what I think is a fairly decent Atlanta bullpen.
Okay.
And you lost the game to the Colorado Rockies after being up 6.
Which also means they couldn't hit the Rockies bullpen, which anytime after the 8th inning, if the Rockies have a lead,
they scored runs after. They scored runs the entire game, off even in their bullpen, because Freeland got pulled in the 3rd because he's soft.
Yes.
He gave up 2 bombs and said, "Oh, my arm hurts. Take me out, coach." And the Braves were still scoring. So it had nothing to do with what it was their bullpen. No.
I don't trust the Rockies bullpen anytime after the 8th inning.
Oh yeah, no.
With or without a lead. I don't trust them.
They got the leadoff guy on in the 9th. I said, that's more like it. We're gonna lose still. Let's go. Rolled a double play, popped up.
Wow.
Said, what did I just watch? After they scored that 7th run, I'm standing in this. I'm not cheering for anybody. 1, because I don't like the Rockies that much. Like, if they were good, I would like them more.
Right.
Because it's a baseball team close to here. And the Braves, I don't mind them, but I'm just not going to root for them because Ronald Acuna isn't playing.
Right. Which has had a huge impact this year.
Yeah, and I'm standing up in my seat, and I'm mind blown at this point in time.
Oh, wow.
Braves bullpen. You got to be better than that. I don't know if you've watched any of the games or not, but Seattle's bullpen has been pretty good. Besides the last game, they lost 15-1.
Or like right now, where they gave up 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning, and they're now in the bottom of the 10th inning with men on 1st and 2nd. Nobody out. Like, legitimately, I'm bouncing between watching the game, watching here to see if we have comments and watching the game. So yeah, so that's your Don't Be Stupid award winner, huh?
Yeah. Sorry, Gary texted me.
That's okay. That's totally
But
fine.
yeah, it's the Braves bullpen. It was kind of brutal to watch, just because I pitch and I'm a pitching coach, and
Yeah.
we kind of did that. That's why it reminded me of us, and that's kind of stupid.
I totally understand. Totally understand because you go to a game as a baseball fan. Like me, I went to Oakland last Monday, and watching the White Sox pitching staff was brutal because their starting pitcher in the third inning just could not hit the strike zone, couldn't do it, and it it was rough because as a baseball fan, you want to see guys succeed. You know somebody's going to fail, but you're waiting for that one pitcher to succeed and say, no, give me the ball. I'm going to dominate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And the White Sox just don't have it. So, I mean, they eventually stopped losing, not for long, but they did.
The Rockies just could not hit the starter, I guess. Because as soon as the bullpen arms came in, they woke up. It was.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was.
That is too funny.
I was shocked.
Yeah, no, I like it. So we'll go to some general MLB stuff, speaking of the White Sox, and then breaking their losing streak of 21 games. I was at game number 21, but didn't get to see history broken and see them win. But that's okay. Oakland Coliseum. It's a pretty storied place. I was actually impressed. It's run down. It's a bad stadium, not gonna lie. But you know the history that's there, the I don't know what to call it. So that was pretty cool to see and pretty cool to experience. As you saw, sit 2 rows behind the dugout. So that was pretty fun. Got some really good views of them, you know, fielding and different than sitting down the first base line or something like that. So which we could have done. So that was fun. I'm really disappointed in Maurice Robert, because it honestly looked like he had packed it in and just given up on the season and said, you know what, I'm just done playing. And you could tell by his approach to the plate, by the way he walked, by just I don't care, I'm swinging at anything. I mean, why are you going to swing at a ball that bounces? And
ask Javi Baez.
Everybody could see the ball was it started low, it's gonna hit. And
Javi Baez does the same thing. I don't know if you've seen it lately or not, but it's
well,
boy. He did hit one out a couple weeks ago, pretty far, but that was the last home run I've seen from him.
Well, he did lose his job in Detroit, didn't he?
No, he's still playing somehow.
No, well, fair enough.
He just can't hit.
Fish, son of a freaking biscuit.
I'm not good at hitting, but I could at least go up there and try to lay down a bunt and maybe make contact, foul it off. He couldn't do that. He can't foul off anything.
Badu just doubled to win the game on a walk-off double. Beat Seattle 3-2 and 10. That's one of my favorite names is Badu.
Oh yeah, he's
because you know you can start a song off of Badu. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to sing because I don't know anybody's ears.
I can't hit. I wouldn't even step foot in an MLB box. I was just kidding. No. Yeah.
You sure you don't want to step in the box against Skeens?
Nope. Not a shot would I try that.
Me neither. Nope. Not a chance.
I know what. If you gave me 100 tries, I know what the outcome will be 150 times.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. No. So, let's see. What else are you noticing? You superseded me, and I fully agree with your "Don't Be Stupid" winner. But anybody right now facing Juan Soto and Aaron Judge back to back, just don't throw down the middle. because Juan Soto is on a tear since he came back off the IL. And I'm a pitcher. I'm going to be kind of a scared to face him. And I know a scared is not a word, but it's going to be used right there.
I would work around the strike zone. I would act like I'm going to pitch it to him, but I really wouldn't.
The intentional walk?
Yes. Waste 4 pitches, who cares? I don't. I'm not going to make the fans upset and say, oh, hey, just put him on base because that's boring. I'm going to make the fans think that they're going to get an actual at-bat and take away all their hopes and dreams when he walks 4 times.
Yeah. No, yeah. You can't do that to back-to-back hitters, so you're going to have to pitch to one of the two. But right now, who do you face, Judge or Soto?
Soto.
Okay, that's fair. Even though, yeah, I think you're right.
He has more likely chance of a baseball not going out of this stadium.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge's chances are really, really, really high all the time.
Yeah. Agree. Another guy that has been on a tear, he's cooled off a little bit, is BWJ, Bobby Witt Jr.
Yeah, he's good.
He went on a tear like a solid month.
Same with Vladdy.
Is Vladdy coming alive?
Vladdy,
are we starting to see the real Vlad?
Oh yeah, he was going off. In the show, let me pull it up. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Just remembered they dropped new content. They've done a pretty good job with new content, by the way. If anybody out there plays MLB The Show, they've done a pretty good job with it. But anyways, they dropped a new season awards for Vlad, and it's pretty sick.
Okay, that's fair.
I'll be able to tell you the stats that he had for the month.
I just know every time I turned on a game of Kansas City's, Bobby Witt Jr. was hitting and hitting and hitting.
He had 700 hits every game.
Yeah. Or just under at 650.
Yeah.
So I do know that much. What has gotten into Tampa? And I say that because they were well under 500 and well out of any playoff race when the trade deadline came. Hence, they traded Rosarena. They trade, some of their staples. So all of a sudden, up till last night when they lost, they were sitting at 500. How do you trade people away and then all of a sudden start winning?
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's a vibe thing.
I don't understand that.
Yeah. Well, anyways, this Vlad Jr., it says from 714 to 84, he led the MLB with a 500 batting average, a 2.0 WAR, and a 340 WRC plus.
It's not bad. Not bad.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So is what you're saying then? We're seeing the real Vlad Jr.?
Maybe you're seeing him playing and using his dad. I don't know.
Well, see, here's what I think.
Fry Jr.'s body and he's still going off.
That could be. See, here's what I think. And you can see this with the way some people have played post-trade deadline. The guys down in San Diego, pressure's off. They didn't get traded. Now they can relax and play their game instead of worrying if they're going to be pulled in the middle of the game to be traded. And that certainly, I would think, is the case with Vlad Jr. Because, hey, I can just play my game now. Because he was in the middle of I don't know how many trade rumors.
Oh, so many of them.
You know, he was going to Seattle one day, then he was going to New York one day, then he was going to the Mets one day, then he was going to Houston one day, and then he was going back to Seattle.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just so that I don't care who you are, you pay attention to that as much as you try not to.
Yeah.
And for him, I think that might have been some of the reason why he was so stressed.
Well,
I
now
mean,
you ain't got no reason to be stressed, brother.
yeah, yeah, and maybe since he started hitting like that in July, maybe the Blue Jays just said, "Look, we're not dealing you. You got a job. Go play your game."
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I do. Trade deadline aside, I love seeing Arozarena in Seattle, and he's not been bad in Seattle. He's picked up his game. Seattle needs to pick up their offense still, but
You know who else has been pretty good?
talk to me.
Hunter Green for
Oh, cool.
Cincinnati.
Yeah. Well, there was a reason why he was an all-star.
Yeah, from 7-6 to 8-3, went 3-0 with 40 strikeouts and 5 starts. Guess what his ERA was?
0.19.
You're close. 0.27.
Really? I was that close. Okay.
Yeah, he went off.
So Kikuchi, UCL Kikuchi. Well, he gets traded to Houston, and all of a sudden Houston has a number one? WTF?
Yeah, I don't know.
How? Why?
Different vibes, man. I'm telling you.
It just defies my brain logic. Says he's gonna falter because he always falters this time of year, and yet here he is just pretending he's a number one. I think Houston got raked over the coals in the deal, but they're reaping the rewards right now. That's for sure.
It'll only last a while.
With Kikuchi, yeah, I want to believe that because track record says he's gonna start giving up 6-7 runs in 2 to 3 innings a game.
Yeah.
Instead of 1 run in 3 games or whatever the case is right now. So I don't know. It didn't set well with me. Going back to Oakland, do you think, I don't know, how much have you paid to Las Vegas?
No, no.
So they're going to Sacramento next year to play in the minor league ballpark there in Sacramento. And I think it's 2 years they're going to be there. And then in theory, they're supposed to be moving to Las Vegas. I don't know that they're going to move to Las Vegas because they're still trying to jump through hurdles and everything there in Las Vegas with the funding and all this fun
just
stuff.
Now knocking down all those buildings for it.
Yeah, that's going to take a while to clear out. It won't take long, as I would think it does. But, I mean, Tropicana's gone because that was, 2 or 3 buildings, wasn't it? I know it was at least 2.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, and, I don't know.
Wasn't the other one the Encore?
No, it might have been.
It was some other one.
It might have been. I know at least the Tropicana is gone. I know that much. Yeah. So, and they're putting it.
Tropicana and it was one right next to it, I think.
Okay. I don't remember if there was anything. I don't remember ever seeing anything by the Tropicana. I'm not saying there wasn't. I just don't remember seeing it. Because that's right across the street from all your MGM hotels.
Yeah.
So
I just want to go back to Vegas.
Yeah, I want to get there too, but it's not going to happen this year. CFD was not as fun as what it could have been. So.
CFD sucks. That's because they brought MGK into town.
Yeah, what was that?
Garbage.
Good.
This great idea that was this the dumbest. It wasn't great at all. It was the dumbest idea ever. He sounded like doo-doo.
The funny thing is, people told me, "Oh, it was such a great concert. He's such a good performer." I'm like,
no,
he sucks.
He's not. He's not good at all.
So, did you get to go to that concert?
Nope. but I watched it for free on Snapchat.
That's true. You probably did.
I watched every single one of them for free on Snapchat.
See, there you go. There you go.
Because I don't like people out there. The people that go out there are the reason why I stay here.
I can appreciate that. Although I got to meet some pretty cool people this year. Driving 3 consecutive nights, I got to go to the security gate to drop people off.
Nice.
The first night, 2 of those nights, I dropped people off right at the performer entrance, back where it's like secure. Yeah. They check your ID or your badge or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first night I dropped 3 Pro Bowl riders off right there.
Nice.
All 3 of them from Venezuela.
Oh, yeah.
So that was pretty cool. And they were the nicest guys. Super chill, super cool.
English?
Yeah. One of them had really good English. He was the guy that requested the ride.
Oh, the other 2, not too much.
The other 2, a little bit, but not much. So the second night was the still Pro Bowl riders, but the graphics that you see, like this graphic here where it says other.
Yeah.
So you know how you're watching, say, a football game and you have your play clock there and you have, maybe a ticker rolling across the bottom or whatever. And same with NBA. It was the guy who worked for the company that creates the on-screen graphics for TV.
Well, that's pretty cool.
And he was actually really cool, really fun to listen to as well. So I like that. I appreciated that. And then the next night was one of the vendors. He was the guy who provides all the ice for every vendor and everybody in the park, regardless of where you're at, what you're doing. So like even the ice for the medics, he was providing that ice as well.
Jeez.
So yeah, I was like, okay, that's cool. So I dropped him and his group off as well, right there right as you go inside the security entrance there, gate 8, right as you turn right to go into the midway, dropped him off there. So that was fun.
Easy.
Yeah. But yeah, I got to meet some pretty cool people. So hockey wise, I know we probably need to figure out what hockey game we're going to go to. Are we going to try to go to Utah, even though it's late in the season? Or when is Seattle and Denver again? I don't remember.
The 5th of November and the 22nd of December.
Okay. So is it going to be one of those games? I'm open to anything. I just know we're not going to be able to do a weekend away.
Yeah,
unless we do like a hotel in Denver or Utah. Because Utah, we can drive there in a day. I'm cool with that. Drive into town. I just don't know that I want to wait till April is when they're going to be in Utah.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I just know it's really late in the season. And I know we try to do something first part of the season. Because by the time April rolls around, Seattle could be out of the playoffs again. Yeah. I don't know, but do you like the new coach that they hired?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he coaches it. It all depends on that.
Well, did you see who they hired?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember what his name is, though. I'm not good with names.
Well, he is the Coachella coach. So all the young guys have been coached by him.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but Coachella has been in the finals for 2 consecutive years.
The first 2 years of existence. Yes, I'm well aware of that.
Yeah.
Speaking of.
The Hershey's Bears seem to be their arch nemesis.
Their kryptonite?
Yeah, they're kryptonite. Can't beat them.
That's fair. That's fair. Ouch.
Because that's who they lost to both times.
Yeah. I knew it was Hershey this year. I forgot it was last year, too.
Oh, yeah, it was both.
Oof. So speaking of hockey, did you see the announcement out of Loveland?
The Eagles are getting a new stadium or facility.
Okay. Is it still going to be there? Because I heard they were actually leaving town.
No.
I thought what I read.
No, they're not leaving town.
Okay. Where's the new arena going to be?
It's gonna be somewhere over there, I assume, because they have all that. They did have all that property, but
No, that's the fairground property. That's not the Eagles property.
Then they'll probably move it. It's gonna be maybe more into town. I saw a video on it.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Because the other thing I was thinking is, were they going to move over to Windsor, where that one huge complex is that Spielberg's owns?
Well, Windsor and Loveland are pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Because you get off the Windsor exit for easy access to
Yeah.
The Budweiser.
Yeah. That's actually Blue Arena now.
It doesn't.
You're gonna call it Budweiser for the rest of your life, aren't you?
Probably.
Yeah, don't blame you.
Pepsi can.
Exactly. I still call it the Pepsi can. Because, well, that's what it's been for, I don't know how many years, until what, 3 years ago?
It's just weird saying, oh, I'm going to Ball Arena for a hockey game.
Yes.
No, I'm going to the can for a hockey game. Let's go.
Yes. Agree. I agree.
Hey, I actually had a good idea one of these times, maybe.
Okay, talk to me.
How do you feel about maybe going to a Flyers Kraken game in Philadelphia?
I mean, I'm not opposed.
Not like this year, of course, but
obviously, I'm not opposed to traveling anywhere.
Bob
was actually willing to get us the Winter Classic tickets again, but I'm like, yeah, that probably isn't going to fly this year.
Yeah, no.
Those tickets were $300 for Wrigley Field. Yeah, which was more expensive than T-Mobile Park. Not by much, but they were more expensive. And then the travel, then he would have gladly picked us up at the airport, taken care of travel and everything. But it's the hotel, it's the $300 price tickets. It's the whole thing. But yeah, no, I'm not opposed. Why do you ask about Philly?
I don't know. Just Philly fans are psycho. I just kind of wanted to experience it.
No, that means you need to go to an Eagles game.
I feel like it works for the Flyers as well.
Oh, it does. It works for the Phillies, the Flyers, the 76ers. The Philly fans are just psycho.
That's what I'm saying. I just want to experience it one time.
Oh, that's too funny. So one of the questions I was asked out in California, because, I told several people, hey, it checks another arena off of my bucket list of visiting 100 different stadiums, arenas, whatever, professional sporting events, professional or college sporting events. So cool, right? One more bucket list thing. Well, then whoever I was talking to goes, well, what three stadiums do you want to go, or what 3 stadiums events do you want to go to? I said Fenway, Wrigley, and the third one's going to surprise you, though. Do you have a guess? Remember, it's a professional sporting event.
The Kentucky Derby.
No, I don't care about the Kentucky Derby.
Oh. I thought you had a little bit of Nikola Jokic in you.
No, I've got no Joker in me. But it is dealing with racing.
NASCAR.
Indy 500.
That would be kind of cool.
Right?
Hey, you can knock out both pretty much next year if you want it. Bristol Motor Speedway, my guy.
Nah.
Atlanta, Cincinnati, 500-foot dead center field.
Oh, that's right. They are playing a game in Bristol, aren't they? Oh.
Yo, like at so they showed like a picture and like a placement of where they would put the field.
Right.
And with the stands, the very back of Bristol Motor Speedway to where home plate is 3 football fields away.
Come on, man.
I'm not kidding.
Why? Because when I saw the announcement, I'm like, how are they going to pull that off?
You have to put closer seats and block off the way far away ones, because how is any human eye going to see that?
Oh, yeah.
You're 3 football fields away.
Mm-mm.
You might as well just bring a TV with you to sit out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
Mm-mm. And aren't they going back to Japan next year as well?
I don't know. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, because they did the Soul Series this past season with Los Angeles.
I want 2028.
Baseball in the Olympics?
Yes.
Yeah. You mean you don't like the breakdancing?
No, what was that? I watched it and I was so confused. I said, what is going on? Because I didn't know they put it in there. So I pulled it up and I'm sitting there watching it on my TV trying to what are these people doing? They're rolling on the ground. They're not dancing. They're rolling around like a dog.
That was so bad.
You want me to dangle a bacon treat for you, buddy? Here, do a 360. Come on. Do a 360 for gold.
Of all the Olympic sports that I watched, I thankfully only saw like 2 minutes of the breakdancing. I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this. I can't watch it. And I went to something else.
I thought I didn't know I was watching the Olympics. I thought I was on a different channel, like MTV or something. I thought I was watching Rob Deerdeck do a new show or something like that. I said, where's Rob Deerdeck? Rob, where are you?
Rob was nowhere to be found.
Nope, nowhere to be found.
So of all the Olympics that I watched, which was very little, like I said, 2 minutes of the breakdancing, I'm like, peace out, I'm done.
I watched Steph Curry go off.
Yeah, I didn't watch any basketball.
That was ridiculous. I watched him go off
to beat
France. That's crazy.
Fair. Yeah. And I saw a couple highlights.
I watched the ending to I watched the Serbia Serbia?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the Serbia game.
Okay.
When Jokic almost beat him.
Yeah.
Ain't it kind of crazy how all the NBA teams have to have their best players team up just to beat one guy, and it's not even for an NBA title?
I know. Yes. Yeah. How good is Joker? Seriously. He's good. He is so good.
Team USA by himself.
Yes.
Yes, there was help, but he did most of it by himself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I actually watched the U.S. women's national team soccer beat Germany. I watched the overtime, the extra play, whatever you want to call it, the overtime, and like the last 10 minutes of the second half. So I watched a good chunk of that game. I watched a little bit of men's water polo, gold medal game. Definitely wasn't the United States. Dude, the water polo, I think, is probably the most brutal sport there is.
I don't know. That rowing stuff looks hard too. The row.
Oh yeah. Well, I watched a little bit of rowing too.
Row. It makes me so hyped. I don't know why.
I can understand that.
Because we're incredible athletes in America.
Oh, yes,
incredible
absolutely.
Athletes. That's what we are.
Yes.
We destroyed everybody.
Yeah. Well, yes. So physically, I think you got to be in amazing shape to do anything water polo related. Because you got
to be in the Olympics, you have to be.
Oh yeah,
in amazing shape.
Unless you're a breakdancer.
That just pisses me off.
You're welcome.
I could go do that. I could go break dance and win a gold medal. I could do that, and I don't dance.
I don't dance, and I can roll like that too.
Yeah, all we gotta do is get you spinning and spinning and spinning, and you won't stop.
Exactly. Just put me on my shell. I'll be fine.
Turtle.
Yep.
Turtly enough for your turtle club.
Yep. Oh, one thing I did forget to tell you. I think I told you Monday when you were over, but life-changing experience out in California with the Hawaiians bringing their spread that they brought for everybody.
That's what you said.
If you haven't, when you're listening, if you're watching, whatever the case may be, experience pineapple sausage. It's just a kielbasa sausage with real pineapple chunks in it. It will change your life. It is phenomenal.
Sounds good.
So I partook of that instead of watching some Olympics. So anyway, we're sitting at just about the right amount of time to say we're done. But before we do that, thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening, whatever the case may be. If you joined us to watch, or if you're listening to it on your favorite podcast platform, thank you. It is much appreciated. Ethan, where can they find you?
Find me on Facebook, Instagram. That's really about it.
Search your name.
Yeah, just search my name. You'll find it. It'll pop up.
Yep. There you go.
I don't really post anything on there, though, so you won't find me saying anything.
No, that's okay. I limited what I say. Actually, X last week I was on quite a bit because, what I was doing. But every once in a while I'll hop on and say stuff. I just kind of skim to see if there's anything interesting going on in life.
Do you want to know the last time I posted something on Instagram?
It's about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. No.
I feel it was. Was it June?
No.
On Instagram, I feel it was.
Maybe no, the last time I posted something on Instagram was when we won the regional.
Was it really?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
I've shared stuff on Facebook and whatnot, but the last time I posted something on Instagram was pretty much
regional. Well, there you go. Shows you how close attention I pay.
Shows you how much free time I have.
Yeah. No, I was thinking a different platform. So that's good. Do you know where you can find First Pitch Strike on socials?
Yeah, Apple Music. I don't know.
No, that's the podcast.
I don't want to say nothing.
That's fair. So, First Pitch Strike, you can find us on basically any social media except for.
See, I was going to say Spotify, but that's still kind of sketchy.
That's platform for the podcast. You would be correct there. So, yeah, social media on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just search First Pitch Strike. Will pop up eventually. On the platform for listening to us, find us anywhere, really. That's where you write Spotify, Apple Podcast. Google doesn't do podcasts anymore. You got to go to YouTube Music to get podcasts now. So they condensed there, so you can't find us there. But I don't remember where else. But basically, anywhere you want to find us for a podcast platform, you can. Are you going to start a TikTok page for us?
Oh,
that's going to be right now a currently hard pass, is what you're saying.
Probably.
That's fair.
I still barely have time to breathe.
No, dude, I get it. I get it. So, and you can find us on YouTube because we're there streaming live. See,
live videos.
I just thought about that. So, and you can always go back and watch the podcast now too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And as for me, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, X. That's about it for social media. Just search.
He has an OnlyFans. He doesn't want to tell nobody.
Yeah, I'm selling my feet pictures.
Ew.
Yeah, exactly. There are people that pay stupid stupid money for feet. So, are you aware of that? People pay stupid money for feet. I don't get it. I don't.
Nope.
Doesn't make sense to me.
People pay stupid money for what they can get for free.
Yeah. Yeah. They do.
It's the most simple way to put it.
You ain't wrong. you are not wrong. Oi. And some of that stuff that you can get for free, I don't want to know about. I'm just saying.
I'm good.
I just don't want to know about. So that's where you can find us. Interact with us if you want. Shoot us a line. Shoot us a message. Bob's usually good for a message an episode. So, Bob, there's 4 shout outs. I don't remember for you.
I don't know. We said Bob's name a lot because I also thought he was going to be on our side in the regionals.
Well, he was, but he can't help you on the field.
He could have scripted it like everybody else does.
Nah, no. Bob's a straight up dude. He won't mess around like that.
He could have been a movie producer this weekend.
Oh.
Like with us going back to Shelby, it just would have made a nice movie.
It would have. It would have.
You get my movie producer term now.
Yep, I gotcha. Dude, the Billings dog pile wasn't really much of a dog pile.
No, it was a jump up and down.
Yeah, the Texas team, there wasn't even that. It's like, okay, we got more business to do, boys. Let's go.
Yeah.
There was no dog pile. There was no throwing of the gloves. There was absolutely nothing. It was like, hey, we got business to do. We're going back to Shelby.
They're going to win the whole thing again.
I honestly hope they do. Also, do you want to see them up here next year? For the Firecracker?
Yes. And no, yes, just because we need some good teams, but don't make them play us. They can play everybody else.
That's going to be a Brad call.
I would go Brad Barker, dude. That Texas team, legit, don't mess with them. They're grown men in a pile of boys.
And their head coach this year, when I was talking to him before the tournament started, he's like, I don't know how far we're going to get this year because it's a different group of guys. And, they didn't come together very well at the beginning of the season. They kind of did at the end of the season. And, dude, Ronnie, stop blowing smoke.
Shut up.
You're good. You know it.
That's what he said about the little lefty.
Right.
Hey, he's probably not our best, but 7 no-hit innings later.
Right.
Shut up, dude. He's okay. He just no-hit us.
Yeah.
He's good. He's really good. We have a Utah baseball player in the dugout right now, and he got no hits. He got 0.
Yes.
He got none.
Yep. So, all right. Well, Ethan, thank you. Appreciate it. We'll hopefully get to do this again next week. So keep your eye out on some fun things. Try to find a topic to talk about, all that fun stuff. So I got nothing else. You got anything else?
Nah.
All righty. Well, sir, thank you. As for Ethan, I'm Aaron, and
I'm Ethan.
I threw you off, didn't I?
Sorry, yeah.
It's okay.
It kind of lagged right there too, which made it even worse and made my brain delay a lot.
I get it. I get it, man.
I felt kind of like a robot.
That's okay. We didn't even get to the playoffs or the end of year season stuff that I wanted to, so it's all good. But anyway, he's Ethan. I'm Aaron. Thanks for joining us, and peace out.
Laters, dudes.